Today, we have a lovely talk with the general manager of Bvlgari Hotel in Milan, Mr. Dell'Appennino. Dina, as he asked to call him, have shared with us some insights about the international career development and opened the doors of the hidden Milano beauty.
So, first of all, thank you so much for welcoming us here. Could you please introduce yourself and share how you began your career in the hospitality sector?
So I'm Goffredo Dell'Appennino. Everybody calls me Dino. It's a bit easier. And I have joined this company now. Next year will be 20 years ago. So in 2005, I had the pleasure to start here in Milano.
Okay.
So my first job here was working as a waiter in the restaurant, and then I had the possibility to grow with the brand, as the brand was opening new hotels and new places. Back then, we only had one property, which was Milano, the first one.
Okay,
This year we celebrate 20 years. Was the first one, and then I moved to Asia, in Japan, where we still have today. Last year we opened an hotel, but we still have also a food and beverage operation inside the Bvlgari Ginza Tower, which is the biggest boutique in the world of Bvlgari. Where on the last fourth floor we have restaurants, a bar, an event space, and a terrace. And we have a few chocolate shop and a cafe in another city, which is called Osaka, always next to the Bvlgari store. So I started there as a sommelier after living in London before that. And after that, I had the possibility to move to Hong Kong after 3 years, working at Ritz-Carlton as a restaurant manager of the Italian restaurant. Then I moved back to Tokyo for another 3 years as a general manager of this food and beverage operation. I then moved to Shanghai for the opening of the Bvlgari Hotel, where I was working as a hotel manager. Then I moved back to Tokyo for another 2 years with another brand of our group called Edition. That was during COVID, so we opened another hotel. So it was a very successful opening, although a bit complicated. And then 3 years ago, I had the possibility to come back where I started. And I, of course, I couldn't say no to come back the country to in the hotel where I started as a general manager.
It's an amazing story. That was my second question. What motivated you to return to your home country? But was it too difficult to leave Asia? Do you prefer to how you use your experience you shared in Asia to adapt to Italy?
So it wasn't difficult to come back. I have to say, I lived abroad 15 years. So it was a good time for me to come back and to experience as an adult also living in the city, in my country, because I work more years in Tokyo than in Italy. So for me, it's also a new experience somehow. Plus, Milano is an exciting city which is evolving a lot. So it's definitely a very exciting moment to be here. Plus, this was the first hotel of our group.
20 years.
It has a special...
Congratulations. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Special meaning. And so it wasn't difficult at all. And then, I'm very lucky to work in a beautiful hotel surrounded by beautiful people, both colleagues and customers, that my day-to-day is definitely not Italian. It's very international, because I see people from everywhere in the world and possibility to speak and to engage with many clients from everywhere. So it's a sort of, my daily routine is still very international, but I get the best out of Italian lifestyle.
And each city has its unique characteristic that influence business operations. Based on your experience in different cities and countries, could you share your insights of the specificities of these locations in terms of business management?
Each city is different. So because the culture is different in different city. You have places like Japan where um, the details are more important than the main part of the action. Japan is a country of strong sensibility of details and reading. What's the situation without speaking necessary. So what we say in our business, anticipate the guest needs. I think in Japan embrace that in a fantastic way because it's extremely detailed oriented. So you learn the importance of the small action against the bigger actions, and um, and uh, and also I would say the importance of planning and organization. Not necessarily this is the skills of Italians, but in Japan definitely is very important to be organized and plan ahead, and that all the parts can move together in a smooth way. So that's very important. While in country like China, uh, it's very important the energy, the level of engagement and the energy towards the team and towards the clients to activate the business in a sort of business, in our case, an hotel. So that's the quick in response. It's very, very important, and also to engage with the team in very constructive way. While in places like Hong Kong, it's very important. Hong Kong is probably a mix of the two worlds, of East and West. So you have a very business approach, Western business approach, but with a very Asian, kindness and perfection, approach. So places like Hong Kong, Singapore, they sort of have the best of the two worlds. Um, and I experienced those countries in a different stages of my life in terms of age, in terms of
Sure.
years. So they all have left me and taught me a lot of things. It was. I might go back one day to live back to Asia, but
So
for me,
you miss a little bit.
I miss, of course, I miss the people, I miss the food, but they were such a unique experience, for me to live there, and I've learned so much from the people, of course, from working, but mostly from the people and the local culture.
Was it a little bit difficult on the language level or cultural for you? What languages do you speak?
I speak only English. It was indeed difficult.
Challenge, yes.
It was a challenge. But you find other way to connect and engage with people, even if you don't necessarily speak, the language. So
And concerning this question, have you observed any significant changes in the client's demands recently? If so, how you have adapted in these changes?
well, in our specific case, I have to say Milano has attracted different type of customers, different type of clientele, uh, because the city is, it grew up so much in the last few years that now Milano is a sort of a map of uh, on the same level of city like Paris and London, New York, although Milano is a much smaller city, it's only 1.5 million people, but has these big high and overlook to the international world. So customers that before were not coming here, they are coming to Milano nowadays. Also because Milano is very well connected as a city, has two airports, has a very efficient trains that takes you pretty much everywhere in Italy. It is made at Milano as a point of arrival or departure to Italy and from Italy. So people arrive in Milano and then they travel around Italy, or before going back home, they stop by Milano. And, you know, it's a great city for shopping. It's a great city. It's the capital of design. Is a lot of very nice restaurants, nice museum. It's not that, let's say, as beautiful as Rome or Florence or Venice, but it has its own, hidden beauty. And I think our hotel perfectly embrace, is in a private road off the main road. You will never expect to find such a beautiful place with a 4,000 square meter garden right in the center of the city. So our hotel perfectly embrace, and people are understanding more and more is this beauty. And Milano is a city where people loves to come back 2 or 3 times a year. Maybe shorter stay, 1 or 2 nights, but more frequent
Regular.
because it's fun and it's shopping. So back to your question, because of this reason, a lot of people that before were not coming to the city are now coming. So we have many different type of guests coming in from all over the world, and definitely uh, they expect the best, when they're using or at their home or in the places where they travel. So the challenge is a more of an international challenge. Before was more of a local challenge within us. Well, now the standards that we have always tried to apply are more of an international. So it's always for us benchmarking us with what the best hotel in the world they do, in order to see what our customer are expecting us to receive.
And about the your international guests, do you have specific markets coming, or you want to develop maybe?
We are very strong on within the European market. We have a lot of clients from Italy, Switzerland, France, Germany, UK. Europe is our number one market. US as a single source market is our number one, has historically always been a very important
Asian
market for us. And Asia is growing more and more. Asia was the last one to came out of COVID, so they still. In Japan, the yen is very weak, so it's very difficult for Japanese to travel to Europe. It's very expensive. Um, and Chinese are, although it's a bit of a challenge time in China economic-wise, but you see more and more the demand of clients from Asia, and also from Middle East. I see a lot of opportunity. Also our brand expanded. We now have 9 hotels, so all of these hotels around the world, they help us to promote also all our properties. So we see an increase of demand from the Middle East world. Saudi Arabia is definitely a market which is growing, and definitely we see more. Also Russia is a very important market, although we don't have any more direct relationship with Russia, but there's still a lot of people move out of Russia. And also a lot of Russians live in Monte Carlo, a lot of Russians live in Paris, in London, in Dubai. So not as a country, but as a nationality, is definitely an increase in in demand, and a great opportunity we see definitely in South America, Brazil and Mexico, which are on a strong peace economy and a strong demand to come to Europe, and Italy is definitely one of the places to visit.
Amazing. And based on your experience, how do you define the luxury experience in the hospitality sector today?
Well, I'm very proud to say that we have what we see today. We have started 20 years ago. When Bvlgari Hotels was founded, we had some very strong principle about what we wanted to do with these hotels, and one of the main values was, and still today, is authenticity. And when we speak authenticity, it's a 360 degrees. We speak authenticity about design, about materials, about food, people. And I think nowadays is what everybody's talking about it. And what travelers today want is authenticity. People don't mind to pay a very high rate, but when they check in into hotel room, the product that has to be there, the people has to be there, the quality of the ingredient has to be there, the quality of the curtain has to be there, the product that you offer in the gym, in the spa, and the drinks, and so it's probably nowadays is the most important things that the people are looking at, because they don't want to find a chair which was produced somewhere else in the world and put in the room. They want the chair
Especially
to be
in Bulgaria, right?
as as important as the rate that they pay. And again, we have started this process 20 years ago, and everything you see in our hotels perfectly embrace Italy, the Italian culture. Of course, for us,
You're very lucky to have all this.
correct.
Yes.
For us, of course, against our other hotel brands, the value of being an Italian brand is, a top priority for us, and our country has everything to offer.
We feel it. You're very proud about it.
I'm very humble, and I don't want to sound too
But
proud.
it's inspiring.
Yes, but we always have to be humble. But that's the truth. The way that we do cartons, the way we cook, the way we do wines, the way we do chairs, sofa tables is, it's a tradition that goes for centuries. And being able for us to be an expression of this, we have to be very proud, but also give a reason to our guests to visit us and to understand why the price that we have are important, but also what we offer is important.
So my last question will be about the trends. So I think it's connected to the previous question. So I'm absolutely agree with you that authenticity is a trend as well. But maybe you do foresee shaping the future of the hospitality industry. So maybe you have what trends you think will be in future 5 years, or how do you see your hotel, the brand? So do you have any ideas about that?
I would, again, people want to see something which is worth of. So that's still, I think, so simple to do, but so difficult to implement. If we look at great brands, cars, fashions, watches, they still do what they've been doing since hundreds of years, but they do it in an exceptional way. So that's the number one importance. The second, I think, the genuinity of the people. It's even more important now than ever. I think our customers are surrounded by people. It's either business or either because their home or their life, the work, and so they value the value that the people have, and they can feel the difference between a scripted conversation or a genuine conversation. And I think nowadays people want to have a more genuine approach, which is either in a restaurant or checking in a town. Then I think nowadays people, in English, it's often use this new word, say leisure. So it's business and leisure. People nowadays travels both for business and for leisure. Travel the business, but they make themselves a bit of time to experience also city, or to do a massage, or to do some shopping, and vice versa. So I think we as a hotel operator, we have to be very good in understanding which moment of the day the guests are, and if they need to experience the city, or either they have to have a business lunch or dinner. We need to be able to adapt to this characteristic. And many of our clients historically, we are a leisure hotel, but we have very important CEOs, entrepreneurs, that they combine, these two words. So I think we will see more and more, and we, we need to be able to adapt and understand the needs of the guest in order to make them feel comfortable, either if it's a business or if it's a lunch. Definitely, for sure, I'm sure, technology will always play a more important role. Uh, but I see it in order to maximize revenue, in order to promote in a better way the hotels, not to uh, remove jobs from the human beings, But definitely technology, it's on our side and will always help us to be more efficient, to have more way to engage with the guests, to respond faster on their request, to make their process more smooth, without pinpoints. So technology definitely will help us to improve this, and also will help us to expand even more our audience, and the possibility to have new clients and to engage more. We're putting a lot of effort into um, social media, and we will launch very soon our leader Milano from our properties Instagram page, because we see a great opportunity, but done in a very unique way. And we didn't want to do it so far, uh, because we believe that one voice doesn't matter. Now we reached to a size where it's important for each one. And I think this will have, a very good new way of speaking and engaging with our clients. And we see this as in the future, a great opportunity for us. Global, also our business,
Absolutely.
reputation, and our positioning, of course, which is very important for the brand.
Dino, thank you so much for your time, to spending with us this moment in your so busy schedule just before Christmas and the end of the year. So thank you so much.
Grazie.